Are you worried about getting a decent summer job because you've got no real work experience under your belt? Don't worry, everyone starts out with no experience and there's lots of options to help you to get that experience. Hi there, and if you're new here, my name is Stephen. I'm a career and talent strategist who prepares people and organizations for the future of work. I'm on a mission to make the world a better place with happy people in fulfilling, rewarding careers, and in this video I want to give you some tips and advice on getting a summer job, or really any kind of job, without having a CV full of work history to show for it. Everyone starts at the beginning. The only way to get experience is to get experience. This is how you start to build up for your future career growth. It's worth noting that your first job, or even your first few jobs, might be a bit boring, mostly because you don't have the experience to take on the bigger stuff yet. But if you look at these jobs through the lenses of making a bit of money while you're learning and growing, it can be incredibly beneficial to you overall. Part of the typical first job scenario is learning how teams work, how to show up on time, and how to get something done, even if you're tired and don't feel like doing it. These are hugely important skills to build up and be able to show future employers or even investors that you have the ability to do these. Bill Gates famously once said, "If you think your teacher is tough, wait till you get a boss." One of the first jobs I had was working in the laundry room of a youth hostel beside the church that we used to go to with my grandmother. Now, I'm not saying that the primary reason for me to get a job there was to get out of going to mass, but that is kind of what happened. I spent a few weeks toiling in the hot laundry room with industrial-sized washers and dryers, doing the sheets and other bits and pieces for the hostel, learning about following through on duties, what happened if I didn't deliver what I said I was going to deliver, but most of all, I was trying to work my way up to working in the cafe upstairs where that cute blonde girl was working, but unfortunately that never happened. At the time, it wasn't that much fun. It was really hot and pretty physical. I was lugging duffel bags of sheets up and down stairs after washing and folding them in the not brilliantly ventilated laundry room. But I got to hang out with interesting people on breaks, and it taught me an awful lot about how things work in different parts of a business that need to rely on each other for different stages of a process. Before I get on to the next tips, if you're just starting out in your career path and you want more real-world tips and advice on building your future, make sure to like and subscribe to me here and start making your first job more than a paycheck on your longer career path. Most summer job interviews are casual. If you're going for something like a cafe or a bar, oftentimes the hiring manager will just meet you at a table and have a formal chat, but you still need to make sure that you're presenting yourself as a professional option for them. In general, in interviews like this, you need to spend about half of your time either relating or enthusing. Relating any kind of relevant experience to the role, even if it's not work-related. If you've been involved in a sports club or a school club, you have experience working with a team. If you've been studying hard for exams and you have experience in managing your time to make sure you're doing what's expected of you. If you volunteered or you've interacted with different parts of your community, you have experience dealing with people. I know it's not directly related to work, but it's relating your personal experience that you can apply to this rule. Enthusing is all about showing that you actually want to work there. Now, it's not necessarily true that you have a calling for your entire life to start in this position and stay there forever, but you should have some interest in the industry or the company that you're applying for rather than another place. It's completely okay for you to say that you want to work there because you enjoy certain elements of what the job offers and you're saving money to go on a big summer holiday at the end of the summer, or you're paying off a loan for a holiday you've already been on. Employers aren't really expecting you to say that it's your life mission to work for them, especially for a summer job. But enthuse about why you want to be working there as opposed to somewhere else, because it shows that you're more likely to be a better teammate for the organization if you are happy to be there, and that makes a huge difference for non-experienced positions. We used to run summer camps, and we had teams of college-age students who were only a few years older than the students on the camps, so having a clear sense of what kind of people the supervisors were was hugely important. We had lots of people over the years who were really able to grow and flourish in the role, both because they had lots of, say, sporting experience and enjoyed connecting with people, as well as others who were more nurturing or creative who would get to know the quieter kids who were on the camps and make sure that everybody was looked after properly. There's no one size fits all in most places. Different people make things interesting, so make sure that you're being your authentic self when you're showing up for work. Employers remember how you showed up more than what you've done, so long as you've done basically what you're supposed to be doing. If you really want to get the most out of your summer job for your own personal growth and development, you should make sure that you stay curious and positive, especially if and when things get boring. Learn the unspoken stuff about team dynamics, work culture, accountability, and handling feedback. See if there are ways to take initiative without making the boss look bad or feel like you're undermining them. This is a skill that you can have throughout your career, which is more in the realm of the unspoken stuff. In our summer camps, the people who got the best references and the people who got taken back the next year were always the ones who did their job properly, but also took an interest in growing, developing new ideas and understanding how the dynamics of the team worked as a whole. Every career journey has their first steps. Yours might be sweeping floors, stacking shelves, or running coffees. But if you bring the right attitude, ask the right questions, and treat every shift like it matters, you're already ahead of most people. Remember, this summer, you're not just earning a wage, you're earning your own future.